What?
I know, isn't that
How
right?
you never been to Nashville?
I don't know.
Oh my God, you have to go to Nashville.
Okay.
What's up? This is Rebel Radio.
What up, what up? This is DJ Newmark.
This is Peanut Butter Wolf.
It's your boy. It's okay.
Keep checking out Rebel Radio.
Rebel Radio.
This is Rebel Radio.
We're in the place right here. Rebel Radio is going down.
Would you say Rebel Radio?
Oh, wait. Let's do it again.
Rebel Radio.
What's up, Rebels? Welcome back to Rebel Radio, the weekly show where I bring you the rebels who are shaping our culture. I'm your host, Josh Levine. This week, we're back with part 2 with Evan Kid Bogart. We're talking about the new movie Spinning Gold, which is the story of Casablanca Records, founded by Evan's father, Neil Bogart. Evan is the executive producer, music supervisor, and composer. He did the soundtrack and the score on this movie. And he made is a family affair. His brother Tim was the writer and director. His other brother Brad was a producer. His mom Joyce, who was also the manager of Kiss, was a producer on the movie. And it's a fantastic movie. They tell just an amazing story about their father, about the disco era, about, seeing it. For me, it was really a reminder about why music is more than just content, that, music touches all of us in important ways and plays such an important role in our society and our culture and how we communicate with one another and even with ourselves. And this movie, Spinning Gold, really brings all of that to life. I hope you go see it. But right now, let's get into talking about Spinning Gold with Evan Bogart. So I got to go back to the movie because James is going to make us wrap up soon. And I could dig in all day on these.
You don't want to talk more about Yag Fu Front?
I definitely do.
Poor righteous teachers?
So you made this movie with your brothers.
Yeah.
Tim directed it, right?
Yeah. Wrote and directed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your mom was involved, and it was a family affair.
Yeah. And my other brother Brad was a producer
Right.
on it.
Tell me about that experience of working with family on this project.
I think it was. I also think it was like destined. This movie was almost made 1 million times, and at the time that it finally got made, my brother Brad had all this experience producing TV shows.
Okay.
And had understood how to oversee a production team and be basically a line producer in that regard, right? And
Nice.
an above the line
Sure.
producer. And I had now had experience as a songwriter and on the business side and understanding how TV and film work and music work. So for my brother, Tim, who had been working so hard to get this movie made for decades. And then eventually writing it himself in 2010, and then at one point Justin Timberlake and Spike Lee were attached to it, and having gone through different actors and directors and financiers and partners and this thing, by the time it got to the point to make this movie, Brad and I were in a position to serve him and help him get his vision over the line.
Oh, that's so cool.
And I think that was special, and I think that was like, I think that was a bit of like the universe being like, not yet, not yet, not yet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I haven't discussed this with Tim and Brad, like that I feel this way, but I do feel this way. Like I do think things happen for a reason.
Nice.
And I think the fact that Tim, Brad, and I are working together now, we just wrapped our second movie together.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
We were just in Italy for 3 months.
Tell us about it. Or?
Yeah, it's called Verona.
Okay.
It's a musical, original feature musical.
No way.
All original music. That I co-wrote, and that I'm scoring with my scoring partner as well. The score, the original score, in addition to all the original songs. My brother Brad is a producer on it, and my brother Tim wrote and directed it.
That's so cool.
And we just shot for 3 months in northern Italy.
Wow.
In the winter.
No way.
Which was also a fun challenge.
Yeah, sure.
But incredible cast. Some of the people from Spinning Gold in it: Taylor, Lettucey, Dan Fogler, Jason Isaacs. But so my brother's kind of got his little crew of actors now, which is awesome. But
that's awesome.
A bunch of other people: Rupert Everett and Rebel Wilson, and a bunch of other great actors that were in that too. And so we just wrapped that too. So it was our second movie, and we're gonna do more. You know, we're just
that's so cool.
Yeah, I think we all kind of really bring something unique to the table
Yeah.
that complements each other.
Yeah.
And I think Brad and I can really help execute Tim's vision. In this case of the musical, I wrote the original music, so it's a bit of all of our visions.
That's awesome. So with Spin and Gold, a big part of your contribution was the music.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And I think it was. I loved the music. Obviously, these are huge songs that are iconic. Kiss, Donna Summer, George Clinton, Bill Withers, but they're original performances.
Yeah.
Which, so tell me about that, because
It was a decision that Tim made from day one when he wrote the script back in 2010.
okay,
He was like, I don't want the original masters in the movie because I want everything to be seen through the prism of Neil's discovery.
oh wow,
So you can't have a moment where he's seeing Bill Withers in the studio for the first time, or Kiss is playing live, or at the Century Plaza when the sprinklers went off, right? Or like Gladys Knight is fixing Midnight Train to Georgia, or Peter Criss plays Beth for the first time. You can't experience that through original masters that you've already heard for 40 years.
yeah,
Almost like who gives a shit about those original versions? Like they
Interesting.
already exist, they're already incredible, you already know them.
Right.
But what you don't know is the story of how they became who they are
yeah,
and the guy behind it. So in order to execute that, we needed to recreate that. And
that's risky.
yeah, sure, of course.
Right,
the whole movie is
'cause
risky.
Your ear wants to like the version you've heard 1,000 times, and
I think I would be like naive to say that our versions are better than the original versions. I don't think that. I think they're different.
Yeah.
Right? I think the original versions are the original versions.
Sure.
And when we went ahead and we decided at that point that we needed a cast that we felt like could deliver the spirit and the passion and kind of put their own spin on it. Because we didn't want you to hear the original versions.
Yeah.
We wanted it to be whoever embodied that.
Amazing.
So we didn't cast sound-alikes.
right,
We didn't cast lookalikes.
yeah,
You'll have like diehard fans of those artists be like, this person doesn't look like that artist, and be like, yeah, we know.
right.
We weren't trying to cast someone who looks like them.
Sure.
We were trying to cast somebody who could bring a fresh perspective to the character, to the spirit, to the role. Someone who aligned with their spirit. You think about
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa and George Clinton. Like they've become fast friends through this process,
Oh,
right?
cool.
Taylor, who's like this independent artist who's out there, who's a great songwriter and also an artist in her own sense, like really embodying the independent spirit of like a Donna. I feel like that to me, that was important to us when we cast that. That was important to we found people that we felt like embodied the spirit and that weren't bringing baggage to the role or wasn't too much
Sure.
of like you need to find someone who looks identical to Bill Withers. Like it wasn't that. It was like, man, Pink Sweats singing "Ain't No Sunshine" sounds like the fucking coolest idea ever. Who's Pink Sweats? Like hopefully a lot of people are going to discover him this movie. Like I know him, music people know him, like
Sure.
cool people know him, but like. Grandma sitting at home in Wichita probably doesn't know him.
Right.
And this will be a moment, for him. So like that was an intentional decision that we made from day one.
I love it. I think it's for all the reasons you said, it's the right choice.
Yeah.
All right, I think we have a lightning round coming up.
It's cool.
All right.
What's your favorite city to travel to?
That's a really tough question. In the U.S. or worldwide? Probably a tie between Chicago and Nashville.
Okay. I've never been to Nashville.
What?
I know, isn't that
How
right?
you never been to Nashville?
I don't know.
Oh my God, you have to go to Nashville.
Okay. Done.
Okay.
Who's your favorite DJ?
Like what kind of DJ? Just a DJ.
You tell
in general.
me.
I know this is hard. You're gonna have to edit this. Jazzy Jeff.
Yeah, mine too. What's the last great book you read?
You read?
You don't have to.
No,
you
no,
don't,
no.
You don't have
no.
to read books.
No.
No judgment.
The last great book I read. It's not really a book, but I read the. It's probably not considered that great either. But
here's my answer: it's not a book. It's not great, and I didn't read it.
I read the manuscript. It's made into a book for the Harry Potter play on Broadway, The Cursed Child.
Okay.
I read it recently. I actually saw it on Broadway, and then somebody suggested I should read it as well, and so I did.
And was it great?
I thought it was great. I'm a Harry Potter fan though.
Yeah.
It's not really like an inspiring book as far as like people should be inspired by it, but I just like it.
Okay. What movie have you seen the most in your life?
That is a really good question. It's gonna be a tie. It's gonna be somewhere. It's probably really debatable, but if I had to like guess, it's probably The Godfather. But very close second, probably something like Trading Places.
Yeah.
Or Spies Like Us.
Yep.
Ghostbusters. Everything from that era of SNL.
By the way, Justin and I watch Spies Like Us a few times every year.
Yeah.
It's like his favorite movie.
My favorite part of what's your favorite part of the movie? Because I'll tell you mine.
Well, there's a few, but the whole like every minute you don't answer a question, I cut off a finger. Mine or yours?
That's really good. I like that one. Also, obviously, like Doctor. That's always good. But my favorite line of the movie is, "What's that? It's a dick for. What's a dick for? To pee with." That's my favorite. That's my favorite line.
Okay. Who's someone you've never met that you've learned a lot from?
Malcolm Gladwell.
I thought you were going to say Malcolm X.
I also have not met him.
What have you learned from Malcolm Gladwell?
Oh, God, too much. I've read all of his books.
Okay.
And I listened to his podcast, Revisionist History, religiously. I just think he's really smart, and I love the way he looks into things. I just learned so much from the things that he puts out. I mean, I could have literally said they weren't the most recent books I read, but I read all of his books.
Cool.
Outliers, Blink, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it's like...
Nice. And then lastly, if I worked for you, what's something I would hear you say over and over?
Other than curse words? No. How are we going to celebrate the music?
Okay.
It's like I'm focused on celebrating music. That's, to me, that's what Seeker is. That's what we do.
Yeah.
We figure out ways to celebrate music. I probably say the word celebrate or celebration too much. They probably want to throw me off of a bridge at this point.
I mean, there's worse things a boss could say.
No, for sure. But I'm so drilled down on like, it's not about the money.
Yeah.
It's not about it's not about the press of it. It's really about how do we celebrate it. All the rest of it comes with it, right? The notoriety, the money, it comes with it. If we celebrate the music in the spirit of the music,
yeah,
everybody wins.
That was that message came loud and clear in the movie.
Yeah.
Your dad was really good at that.
Yeah, he was good at that.
And I think that's a great lesson for all of us. Dude, this is so much fun, man. I appreciate you and all the great things you just taught us. And,
thanks. Hopefully I taught something.
No, it was awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Anytime. I love it. We'll next time we'll do a Bogart Brothers roundtable to talk about Verona.
I like that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. We're at around. Yo, that was Evan Bogart on Rebel Radio. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. Go see Spinning Gold. And most importantly, come back next week for more Rebel Radio. Peace.